Happy Wednesday night, everybody, and welcome back to Rogues Gallery Live. Like I said, this is Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 162 on the road to 200. Here we are, and I'm Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to our show. We have a jam-packed crowd tonight. I love all these lovely folks that have joined us this evening. We've got this dude right here, Mr. Matt Martin from the Bat Vault. How's it going, sir?
Going good. Looking forward to talking about the Prime 1 stuff coming out and some other cool stuff that's coming out.
Great, absolutely. We also have returning from a whirlwind wedding weekend from Wayne Manor, Rocket City. Mr. Dan is with us. How's it going, sir?
Hey there, guys. It's great to be back. Yeah, whirlwind indeed. Yep.
Well, let me be the first one again to say massive congratulations to your son and his new wife and your entire family. It's very exciting. And as we were said, it's checking one box because you have another one coming up.
Another one coming up in the not too distant future. So, yeah, it was a crazy couple of weeks. I know I've been away a little bit, but, flew out to Arizona to watch him play some ball. And then he came back on a red eye 4-5 days before his wedding. And, you know how pre-wedding craziness can be. And so did that and spent the week with the family. And here I am.
That's right. And I think the audience is already appreciating a new view of the manor.
I figured, you know what? I'm a little bit tired, and I thought I'm going to sit on the couch. So I'm on the couch in my collection room, and I thought, another little kind of preview of the room.
A little bit. So that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, anyway, welcome to the show. We have this dude right here from the Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney, in the house.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Doing great.
I'm sitting here kind of jealous of that view from Wayne Manor.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at the distance behind you.
Look at all the room for activities. There's so much room for activities.
My Lord. Right. Sheesh. Anyway,
I feel like I could. I was going to say I feel like I could walk around that room and not run into a cape.
I am. And I'm in the middle of the room basically.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Delaney, you don't even know this, but you're actually a topic tonight.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
No, so it's a surprise.
Did Eric print a 1/3 scale Jeff Delaney statue?
If people don't understand exactly what you are talking about, sometimes I think Eric has not only a lot of free time, but also just tremendous untapped talent. Because let me just pull it up because I do have it as part of the Rogues Gallery stuff. But just in case you weren't familiar with what we're talking about.
I'm also a little crazy and a little maniacal. I was evil laughing as I made that.
So this is what we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
I better get a cut of all those sold, man.
I was going to say, I would buy one of those.
I would too.
I like it. But anyway, that's so funny. So anyway, we'll be talking about Jeff a little bit tonight, unbeknownst to him. But it won't be too bad. So we also have Mr. Billy Rios in the house. How's it going, sir?
Doing well. The week is going by rather quickly. So seems like we've done a lot. We went to Next Level, Penguin Show, Dan's back, Matt's back. So
it's awesome. I was going to say,
seems like we've been doing a lot of stuff, but
we have been doing a lot of stuff. New York, of course.
I feel like New York was only like 2 weeks ago, even though it was almost a month already. So
I can't believe that. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Last night, JWR and Billy and we filmed literally an hour-long Penguin show. It was going to be, I thought it would be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but no, it turned into an hour. So that'll probably go up on the channel tomorrow. If you guys want to hear our take, it will be spoilers. Since I know a couple of you gentlemen hadn't watched the final episode yet. So I am excited to hear your take on the final episode whenever you guys have watched it. But don't watch it if you don't want any spoilers. But anyway, thanks for joining us last night. And again, we just mentioned JWR. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, how's it going? Happy to see Dan back. I know so many people have screenshot this and they're going zooming in on the background trying to figure out where everything is and what that is. So it's going to be an awesome little show tonight. I'm excited.
So remember how like Prime 1 used to be like the ultimate tease where they would do like the little piece of like the render where you'd see the corner? Dan has become the new Prime 1 teaser.
I feel like just
He has.
burning it this way.
No.
Everybody just screenshot on their iPads.
Yep, that's right. People are going to be analyzing it. No, I can't wait. Yeah, it's awesome. So
I wonder if somebody would be able to piece together, because I've been showing different angles. I know it's been over many weeks now, but I wonder if somebody could actually piece together what the room looks like.
Probably Eric.
I'm going to start working on that.
Well, I know
how
Eric.
New Rockstars does, like, what did you
definitely
miss? And like
rectangle.
trailer breakdown. I'm going to start doing this on Dan's room.
I love it. And of course, last but not least, we have Mr. Eric B from All Things Art. How's it going, sir?
Good. Yeah, a few things. Sorry, I didn't think I was going to be here tonight, so I kind of messed up the squares. I'm like the odd guy on the bottom square.
That's okay.
And
Do I need to move you like to the middle square? Does that put Billy in timeout, or what are we going here?
Usually
I'm
in
a little
Josh's
jealous of
spot,
Dan. I thought about the same
and
thing.
then,
I'm like,
yeah, Josh is there. No, switch me and Eric.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. We
Yeah,
got to get
that's
to
better. That's way
is
better.
that better? Like I feel like
Oh.
that's maybe more like normal. Maybe
Breathe
What's
now.
throwing it off is that Morris isn't here.
I know
Yeah.
he's always our center square. What if I put
More
like
people.
Delaney over here?
That
No.
looks weird.
Oh, isn't that so weird?
No,
It
Josh,
doesn't
that's
feel
not
right.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to move.
That's
Okay,
good.
okay. I
I'd
think
rather
that
look
pretty
this
good.
way if that helps. So
Now I
You can
gotta
switch,
take an
switch me and Eric.
You shook me
oh,
off.
switch you got. So we put Eric
There
in the
you go.
center
Yep.
square.
There you go.
All right.
That's the way it goes.
You're in the
But,
honorary Jeff Morris.
yeah,
square.
I'm jealous of Dan's setup because I thought about the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna sit on my couch tonight and relax. Except my couch view is just like of curtains, where Dan has like all these statues behind his couch view. So I'm stuck in this corner on my uncomfortable chair for tonight. But yeah, good to be here.
So this is
Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at we got the three. Oh, this is like
Wow.
wow. This is way more than a teaser.
that's the other view. That's
Oh my god! Oh lord!
Eric, get your
No.
hands in front of me.
It's a lot of wall.
That's a lot of wall. I actually, a lot of people have said, I should put a couch kind of right here in the middle where the carpet is, and you're kind of inspiring me to do that. I think maybe it's time.
It's
I
really
got the big couch in front in mine.
Yeah, Matt does
you
too.
never get to see it, but yeah, with a big TV, with a 75-inch TV, so we can come in here and we can watch movies, etc.
Nice. Well, that's fantastic. Well, anyway, welcome to the show, guys. It's been a couple weeks. We had our Halloween show, and again, we did have our live reaction show, so that was pretty awesome. Dan, have you had a chance to catch up on it? Did you get a chance to see some of the things revealed during the show? I know you were pretty busy.
I watched some of your follow-up videos. I didn't watch the next level showcase itself, but I watched some of the. I got to tell you, one that really stuck out, and I know it's really funny, but the man, that Berserk Batman looks insane.
Yeah,
Not something I'd buy,
It's
but
huge.
wow,
It's massive.
It's massive and intricate, and wow,
It
Yeah.
looked like the axe was the size of my upper torso.
yeah, right.
But
I
did you
mean-
notice how they had the blood dripping down to hold the axe up?
Yeah, that was
That
smart.
was really creative.
Pretty cool. And it seems to me that if you were a buyer for, the Samurai Batman on horse, that
yep,
this Berserk piece might be something you'd be interested, because it's just a piece of art. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious as to how many they'll make of that. Like, I know that they were kind of, I think, trying to bridge the gap between kind of the Berserk fans, the anime fans, the video game fans, and Batman, because Batman pieces haven't sold as well as they would like, obviously. But yeah, I think it's a pretty incredible piece, but I think it'll be pretty limited edition. I think.
Probably 100.
It's a
Yeah.
good somebody made a smart comment. It's a good transition piece because if you're collecting gaming pieces and DC, you can kind of put that in between those statues to kind of like transition between DC and like the Berserk line or like anything gaming,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting. I'm anxious to see it painted, and see what they do with it. I know they were kind of had a similar concept do you remember when Ryan Brown was on? Like he kind of showed us like they
Yeah.
were going to do kind of like this Berserker Batman. I kind of wondered if I'm assuming they scrapped it at this point because I haven't heard anything about that. But I just think it was really neat that we saw some DC pieces. And again, I was kind of a shock to a lot of us. And again, we'll look at photos here in a bit. Got a lot to look at tonight. But let's just get into our first topic. Let's get into it. This is the I call it the Jeff Delaney topic, and so this is it. Topic 1. Let's help Jeff plan his Alex Ross collection.
Oh my God!
Again?
Again, it's like we've been doing it all week, but let's continue it on.
Let me tell you about this.
Oh no!
I have 2 out of 3 of a custom Trinity. I have 2 pieces on order of the LBS Trinity, and now we have this Prime 1 Trinity coming out, and I'm completely screwed. I have to find a magical 5th wall in here somewhere.
You really do, because the 2 behind you look really good.
Yeah, they do.
I know. It's
They're
the thing.
custom.
And so, and you know where what the Batman is, and that's going to go really well with those 2. So, I mean, I could just call it a day there, but I like the LBS. I like the Prime 1. I don't know what the hell to do.
Well, that's what we're here to help. We're here to help figure it out. Let's help Jeff plan his.
You're going to have 4 versions.
I think you got to move into Dan's house.
I'm seriously considering that, because I'm sure there's a quarter of his room that he hasn't even showed us yet that's totally empty, and I could go there. It's fine.
Is there any houses in your neighborhood that you could just buy and make that your gallery?
Just a gallery, yeah.
Just a gallery house, like down the road, down the block. Is there anything that might open up?
So my wife got kind of lucky, and she bought this house in a down market.
Yeah. Because you're on the beach. You're yeah.
Before we got married. And so no, I could not afford a house. We could not afford a house in this neighborhood, unfortunately.
All right. Well,
that's a great idea.
I was gonna say, like, you just need your own separate place that you could have. You expand out.
What about
you want with?
Since you're near the water, what if you had like a boat, and then inside the boat had like a display of statues on the inside of the cabin?
Oh,
the thing is, this is our
museum.
This is our TV room, so
you gotta watch out for the salt water, though.
Yeah.
So I'm in here a lot.
Museum putty. You're gonna need a lot of museum putty, I think.
Yeah.
We have a canoe, but we don't have a boat.
So, Jeff, is there a line within your collection that you'd be willing to part with at this point? Maybe that's older. I mean, I'm doing that with one of my small lines. I'm curious, and to make room. I know in this big room it seems ridiculous, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, the problem is it's so hard to sell these days,
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
there are individual pieces. I don't really have lines anymore. I mean, I've got the 3 Star Trek pieces, but I'm not selling those.
Right.
I've got the 3 LBS pieces. I don't think I want to sell those. Everything else is kind of individual pieces. I've only got 1 left of the Samurai line, which is the Batman.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is these are 2026 problems, so you can still enjoy what you have for another year or 2 until you make the decision to get in newer stuff.
So LBS Iron Man is this quarter.
Maybe.
Superman is, well, it's they're done with QC. They're talking about shipping it November 15th. Superman is LBS is March. Batman's probably June. So
that affects that decision. So does the Marvel affect the decision for the 1/3 JL? Like if you decide to just do Prime 1 1/4, are you gonna not do the Marvel 1/3?
Well, you mean the LBS? The LBS I was stopping at Iron Man anyway. Like currently don't even have room.
Dinner's ready.
Yeah.
Currently I've got Iron Man in order, but I don't have room for it. I've got Superman and Batman in order. I don't have room for those. So
is that? I don't know what that is.
That's me.
Oh, okay, too. All right.
I'm going to shut that app off.
Is there any way, Jeff, of course, I see you got a window behind you, but is there any way you could build like a shelf above around at any point in your room, like a shelving above?
Well, I mean, I could replace the Billy bookcases behind me with garage shelving, I suppose. But I also have
between the bullfrog and the ding, it's hilarious tonight. It's so funny.
The problem is I don't have a couch. I've got a love seat in here.
Yeah.
That I watch TV in here. So I can't put anything much deeper than the Billy bookcases because they won't fit with the couch. The couch is already smushed between the bookcase and the table I've got the LBS Hulk on. So I've really maximized my. I mean, this room is like 11 by 11, and I'm displaying about 35 pieces that are either quarter scale or 1/3 scale. So it's kind of tough to figure out what to do next.
Well, I'm going to answer your question. First of all, number one, you just need to not go ever in there. Like, just think how much room you have if you never even went in there. Like, you could just like stand in the doorway and just like peer in. You're the problem. It's the couch and you. So if you just peer in, you stand in the doorway and you just peer in there. Think how much room you have, like floor space.
The TV, but then I really would have no reason to be in here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's the TV room.
I do think you're answering your own question.
Instead of the couch, just get a nice little chair.
Well, I don't live alone. I do enjoy my family.
Oh.
Yes, so the three of us are often in here watching TV.
Yeah, I think a couch is way more important to have in a room than more statues.
Correct.
I think you have answered your own question because.
Well, please tell me what the answer is.
I think that I just don't think that you can accommodate the LBS ones.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be amazing. But I just think you're going to not have the room unless a big chunk of your collection goes. And I'm not sure if you're ready for that.
Jeff,
so
besides Iron Man, what LBS do you have on order?
Superman and Batman.
Superman and Batman. So you're going to go Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man. Those 6, right?
And
Cap. All right. So for Marvel, there's 4. DC, there's 3, right?
Do you have room for all of those right now?
Right now.
No, I don't have Iron Man, Batman, or Superman.
Thor, Hulk, could you put those on the floor? Like in the corners of, well, not on the floor, but like floor level. Like if you had like a gladiator shelf, because I know you have those, right? Like you have one, but let's say you went to Home Depot and got some. So like the last level of shelf, like could you, and then instead of going with the second level, take that a little bit higher. So like smaller 1/4 could fit on the top. And then the LBS that are bigger that can still be seen. It's a small room anyway. You could put those lower. Like Dan has some statues low. I got them low where they're like on the bottom of the bottom shelf, which not even a shelf. It's that much off the ground.
Yeah. Cap and Thor are on the bottom of my garage shelf.
Okay.
But I don't have any place in here to put another shelf.
But Hulk is on that little end table in the corner of the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you
there's a shelf above him with the 3 Star Trek.
Yeah, he did put up one shelf.
Yeah, there's that one. But like if you just went around the room, like is it a square room or is it
square? It's 11 by 11.
He's in a round room.
Yeah. Well.
Well, you have artwork on the wall. Like you would have to do like what you did with the wall. I think it's by like your computer. You put up
by
like
the door.
shelf.
Yeah.
You would have to put shelves on the wall, but I don't know if I would trust that. But
well, that one's been standing forever.
I've got this shelf above the TV.
All right. Yeah, you would lose artwork space if you did all that.
I got that, and then I don't know if I can show you that.
Yeah, it looks good the way it is. It's
I kind of like it.
I know.
So it's kind of tough, and I recognize that LBS is probably the one that I should think about not getting. Yeah, because there is a feeling when I look around the room of going exclusively quarter scale would probably be the smart way to go.
Yep.
I just think that with your space, as much as I love 3rd scale, and I do, if I had a smaller room, I'd have a really hard time because I knew I'd be so limited in only getting a few pieces in there.
Right.
Now, if there's 1 or 2, like your Hulk is incredible, and it could be a standalone piece too if you wanted it to be.
It could. Yeah.
But like, and I know that I think where you're probably struggling with, or even in your mind, you're like, okay, well, I've got these custom ones back behind you. The 3rd scale would be so different that I could keep both. So I'm wondering though, if you did go all in on the Prime 1, which is what I think you should do, because I just think that they're going to look fantastic together. Would you then hesitate to keep the custom ones?
I would have to get the prime ones in hand. I mean, yeah, no, you're right. The prime ones would all fit on one shelf of a Billy bookcase. I mean, they're not going to take that much space.
Yeah.
But I want to see them in person because, for example, and we can talk about this when we look at the pictures, but the Superman, as much as I like it, to me looks 20 years too old. It looks more like a Kingdom Come Superman. I'm talking about just the portrait.
Yeah.
It bothers me. I don't know why they made him look that old. We'll talk about it more later, but
yeah.
I really like the Wonder Woman. I know some people have done it looks like Henry Cavill with a long wig thing, but I think that's one bad picture from one bad angle. And from the front view, I think it actually looks really good. And Batman's fine. So I really like the line. I told you guys I had some information from Prime One about it that I don't know if it was something I should reveal or not, but it's going to be affordably priced. And the first one's coming in for pre-order really, really soon. So we'll know pretty quick and get better pictures and all that. But you're right.
Do you know the first one coming out?
I just assumed Superman, but I didn't ask.
That's what I figured too.
Yeah, because no, that's the smart thing. I kind of look at the picture. I made the mistake of cropping one of the photos from last weekend's show that LBS was at to just have the Trinity. And then I created in Canva, I created a side-by-side of the Trinity from Prime One because they didn't provide us with that. And I've got them both on my laptop and I'm looking at them like, I want them both, you know? But I understand that that's probably not going to be possible.
And that's the thing too. It's like if you had the space, I think you would have been fine getting all of it because you could change up the LBS really easily. I mean, the Prime One, the Blitzway pieces, I don't think there's going to be really swap outs. There might be, maybe a head, maybe, probably but not. I mean, probably not. I think what you see is what you're going to get with those pieces. Yeah. Although it looks like you're going to get the fabric cape and the sculpted cape together.
That's what Stuart said.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. I think that's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Because obviously, again, the heads are the PVC material, so I think it should be fairly easy to accommodate that. So I thought that was really great. Yeah. But I think that with the LBS, you would have enough swap outs and options because there's so many.
Totally. Especially Wonder Woman.
Especially, yeah. Say Wonder Woman's just fantastic with her swap outs. Yeah. Would you consider, like, let's say that you got the Prime One pieces, mm-hmm. Would you consider maybe just getting Wonder Woman in from Legendary Beast, or just getting one, or would that be too out of place?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's a tough call. Maybe if I saw it in hand and if it looked fantastic. Most of the LBS stuff seems pretty available, except for Cap. So it might be okay to wait. It's not the edition size on Wonder Woman is not huge. I think it's 188 for the premiere and only 30 of the regular. So only 218 total for Wonder Woman.
Well, the good thing about Prime One, if you went that route, is you would get it sooner because you can order from Prime One, to where LBS, you got to go through the middle guy, and it might be 4 years before you get it. So,
yeah, to be honest, I probably would order direct from Prime One. It's assuming that their estimate remains the same on the Hush Superman. It was actually okay. It was like $126.
Yeah,
but then you don't pay sales tax,
right?
So turns out to be a pretty good deal. It's the same way with these three. Or less, even because they're going to be way less than Hush Superman. It could work out to be pretty good shipping.
I hope so. Could you accommodate third scale behind you?
The problem is depth. You know, like the LBS are about 18 inches deep. These shelves are 11.
Can you come out any further? Like, could you, like, if you did something else other than the bookshelf cases that you have, would you have room to come out a little bit if you wanted to put third scale? Like, if you put all of the third scales behind you, would that then give you more space elsewhere to put all of the fourth scales together? Could you do that?
There's a couple of different things I could do. I could either get like maybe one or maybe two garage shelves and put them like in the middle and leave a Billy bookcase on each side of them.
Okay, yeah.
Leave a Billy in the corner to accommodate the couch. So I could do that. I don't think it would look very attractive, but I could do it. The other thing I could do is just drastically reduce my quarter scale pieces and just have a row of 1/3 along the 11-foot wall. But I like my quarter scale pieces, so I don't know if I want to do that.
I think at this point you have to utilize the vertical space.
There isn't a lot that I'm already, except for above this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like behind you, I feel like there could be some room that you could maybe utilize. How, like, can you tilt your camera up any? Can like so we can see the ceiling? Like how much room?
The ceiling, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, there's not much, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Or could you just stop and be happy with what you have?
That's right.
I mean, go back to just being a comic book collector. I could do that. Yeah.
Just enjoy what you have. That's what I'm doing.
It's way more profitable.
I was going to
That's what I'm
say,
doing.
yeah,
I'm just enjoying
yeah.
what I have these days. I don't have room for anything else.
That is the problem. Is like, you know, I always say it's like it's a museum. Pieces come in, pieces come out because you have to move them, or else you have no room, and then it looks cluttered.
Yep.
And you know, none of us. We've all talked about it. None of us like the cluttered look. We don't want that.
Yeah.
We want it to look very clean and organized, and so it is hard.
Right.
To
And
do that.
For a while, that was my thing. It's like last year, calendar year 2023, I sold 22 pieces.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Wow.
This year, maybe I've sold 4, something like that. So, yeah, that theory, that operating system doesn't work like it used to, unfortunately.
Well, since we are speaking of selling, I would like to give Dan an opportunity to talk a little bit about his samurai collection, because I know, we got 156 people watching right now, and maybe some people would be interested.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, I don't know how many of you in chat saw my post, probably quite a few, in the buy-sell trade, the Batman statue collector buy-sell trade. I've decided to part with 4 of my 5 remaining samurai statues. So I am keeping 1. Wow. Sorry, big rocket test.
I was going to say, that's awesome. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Artemis rocket they're testing tonight. So that's a big one.
Cool.
But anyway, so I'm selling 4 of my 5 samurai, and for the exact reason, Chris, that you just talked about. And this is why I asked Jeff about the line thing, because I need to create room. There are pieces that they're starting to ship again. And so I've got a few pieces coming in. And so I'm parting with 4 statues. Samurai Batman, Samurai Deathstroke, Samurai Batgirl, and Robin actually already sold yesterday.
Cool.
He sold day 1. So the other 3 are available, very aggressive prices, and also bonuses. So I won't go into all the whole bonus thing, but check out the listing on Buy Sell Trade. Just search me, and you'll find me. And
Also, DSD 825 at
iCloud.com.
iCloud.com if you want to. Sorry, I never can remember. You've changed the ending a couple of times, so yeah.
For PayPal business reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's at iCloud, DSD825 at iCloud. And or just reach out to me if you have questions. If you're interested in multiples, we'll work something out. But I'm making room for all the reasons you just described. But yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Chris. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good luck with the sales. And so you're keeping Harley?
I'm keeping Harley. Yeah.
Keeping Harley.
Okay. I really fell in love with the statue line. My wife and I were at New York Comic-Con, I don't know, several years back when they launched that piece, and we both loved it. And it just I've got a connection to that one. So and I love the piece. I mean, I love them all. It's just a matter of, okay, how do I make space in a way that makes sense? And I'd rather than pick one from that group, one from that group, one from that, I decided, okay, I'm going to part with these. So it stings a little bit. It stings more and more as you go down this path, as Mr. Delaney has just described for us. It gets more and more painful with time.
I think especially once the Batman goes, like that one hurts.
Yeah,
because I think we all appreciate that piece very much, and
they went way above and beyond with that piece. For anybody that hasn't, not only is it just awesome when you see it, but it has so many there's 4 or 5 heads.
Yeah.
I mean, all kinds of sword and weapon swap outs, and I've got a whole case of swap outs just for Batman.
Yeah.
It's crazy good.
It was my favorite in the line. I loved it. And I as soon as you put that, I actually saw, I think you posted in like the Marvelous trade group first. I think I saw, that's where I first saw it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I buy that Batman from Dan? Do I buy it back? And then I slapped myself as hard as I possibly could in the face, and I'm like, no.
Oh, come on. That would be really entertaining.
It would be.
Hey, it's literally the best price I've seen on it in years.
Yeah. You guys, take advantage. If anybody's even hesitated, it's just phenomenal. It could be a standalone piece too.
All three of the ones that I have. So Batman, Batgirl, and Deathstroke. Batgirl's amazing, super dynamic quarter scale Batgirl.
That's one of your favorites. You love that one.
Favorites, absolutely. As a matter of fact, you can see her. She's right there.
Yep.
Super dynamic, but 300, I think, of that piece. Yep, there she is up there, top of the bookcase.
Yep.
There's only 305 or something of those. And then Deathstroke, as I said in the post, arguably the best quarter scale base ever. Yeah. And so those are three really good pieces. So, and like I said, take a look at the bonuses. I was trying to spice it up a little bit. And so if you're blind, have a look.
Definitely worth your time for sure. I want to take just a second too, really quick, to say 172 people are watching. Thank you very much. If you guys would do me a favor, up in the pinned comment, we have opened up the Batsy Award voting. So if you guys would take some time, whether it's during the show, if you want to do it while you're listening to us, or if you want to do it later, I would love to have you guys go vote. Also, we're going to be doing some giveaways, which I have not announced as of yet. Still working out some of those plans, but it's always a big deal. We usually have that show in January, but I want to give people enough time to vote. So a lot of big statues have just made the list this week that are just coming out. So please vote. And I just can't wait to do that show. I always enjoy celebrating the stuff that we love. So that's awesome. So real quick, around the horn, I already said my piece. I think Jeff should get the Blitzway pieces. Go around the horn real quick. What do you think you should do? Dan?
Ooh, I tend to agree. I think the Blitzway pieces as well.
Okay. Matt?
Blitzway all the way.
Billy?
Blitzway, because I like the continuity of the three, and space, the price. I'm go with that.
Everything's also flowing in the same direction, which I really like. The hair, the capes are all flowing in the right direction.
I also like that you can use the fabric capes and put them back to back if you have like a little table, and you can get a motorized Lazy Susan, and there's a few different things you can do display wise with those.
It did look really good when they did that.
Yeah.
Eric, what do you think?
I really love the way those legendary beast pieces look. Maybe stop at the Marvel, pick up Iron Man and go with the Blitzway. Enjoy the ones you have behind you, because it'll be another year or two before you even see Prime One's pieces, and then decide then to swap them out.
And let's see, JWR.
Blitzway, the same. I think you'll get more enjoyment out of that, and it will complement your collection a lot better than the LBS will.
Yep.
And like I said, cheaper too.
And cheaper.
Did they say anything about fixing that chest plate on Superman?
Yeah, they're gonna.
Okay.
And they also are going to fix the chest plate on Batman, where it went over his armpit like that. It'll be tucked in like it should be.
I meant Batman. What was the deal with Superman?
Which Superman looked too big? There was one that was that the Iron Studios?
It was too big. It was like it raised off of the chest, like it was too 3D. Remember?
Totally know what you mean.
Yeah, they're gonna flatten that. They're gonna fix that. They're
fixing both of them, right?
Yeah, they're gonna fix both of them.
Perfect.
And as for your point about Superman, maybe that's something they would tweak with the face too. I don't know. I kind of agree. I think it looks a little bit older, but
I'm gonna respond to John 678 in the chat.
The Wonder Woman panties? Is that are we getting X-rated on this one?
No, he said that the LBS and Prime One are going to be the same price anyways. They're not. The Prime One actually is going to be priced very affordably, less than most people think.
Are we talking less than 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, wait and see, but we're going to find out real soon.
Okay, good. Well, that's great news. And again, hopefully, they will put it up for pre-order, like you said, very, very soon, within the next week or so. That'd be fantastic.
Chris, to speak about the Batsies, I know we're going to do a bunch of giveaways. I'll donate a piece of art for a giveaway for
Okay.
the Batsies. So
That's awesome. Well, thank you
just
very
keep
much.
that in mind. We'll pick it, and then I'll probably have a few options, and you can pick, and then we'll just do a giveaway for the Batsies and all that.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I can't wait for that show. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. And Jeff, hopefully some of our ramblings tonight helped a little bit make your decisions. Again, you have plenty of time to decide, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I do think that those Blitzway pieces might go pretty quick. I think they're going to really resonate with collectors because I think they're damn good. So yeah.
Yeah, I would do what Eric said and get Iron Man in. Keep your Marvel LBS, the 4 of them, and then maybe just cancel the LBS and go with the Prime one. As I'm looking at LBS Hulk, I can never see myself selling that one.
It'd be tough, wouldn't it?
It would be tough just to box it back up.
Yeah.
yeah. Just the annoyance of that alone.
Well,
there's nobody else that's making a classic Iron Man unless you tried to hunt down the first Sideshow quarter scale classic Iron Man. That's like one of my favorite. Classic Iron Man is my favorite.
Favorites is the XM, the quarter scale.
Oh yeah, that one's good too.
That one came with the Tony Stark head, and that one's great.
That was my first XM piece.
Eric, isn't the Sideshow one? Is that one of those 5th scale ones that they did? That line?
I think it's considered premium format. I'm not sure. It's an old piece though. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of considered the fifth kind of too.
That's the one that looked a little skinny, right? Like
I've never seen it in person.
Yeah. The XM one is nice.
Yeah.
XM I used to own. Yeah.
I think he's on the Sentinel or something like that, or maybe it's
Ultron.
It's Ultron.
The Ultron base. He's like holding the Ultron by the head.
That was great.
XM made some really great ones.
Yeah, you know what? I misspoke. When I talked about the edition size, that was actually for Iron Man.
Oh.
Iron Man. Did I say something different? Iron Man is 188 Premier, 30 regular.
I thought,
okay.
You said something about Wonder Woman, I thought, actually.
Yeah, I just realized I made a mistake. So Iron Man is 188 for the Premier and 30 for the regular.
Nice.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
It's low. Yeah. I think there's just a lot of options for Iron Man in 1/3, and a lot of people don't want the classic.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before we go to our next topic, I just want to show I just got this in today.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I like that.
Got my punch line. I just cut it down. It was 11 by 17. So I had to cut it down to 9 by 12.
You cut it.
I did. I cut it.
Did you cut it straight?
Here's the scraps.
Yeah. I had that feeling. I saw that those blue.
This is what I had to cut off. I had to cut off that right there, the little bit of hair.
That's like $200.
Why would you do that?
That's $200 right there.
Because you want the frames to all be the same size?
Yeah, the frames all have to be the same size. So here's every single one of these has been 9 by 12, and usually he puts it on 9 by 12. The Penguin he did on 11 by 17 sideways. So that one doesn't quite fit the frame, but I made it work. And so Jason basically said it's whatever he has with him. So like, let's say he did 10 9 by 12s and he's out of paper. Well, then he grabs the 11 by 17 and does it, which thank God he made it fit in this space. Cause I was like really worried that it would have gone like, up here. And I'm like, well, how do I frame that then to get it up on the mugshot wall?
It's like, how do these guys not have paper? That's like my issue with Jim Lee. Remember, like he's like, bring your own paper. I'm like, you're like a world famous artist. I have to bring you the paper. Like,
yeah. Well, and David knows this. Like, this is my 26th piece from him. Like, he knows that I'm doing all these 9 by 12. Like, so he knows.
Do you think he's just messing with you at this point?
He could be. He could be. I did pay for Victor Zsasz today. I think I showed you guys.
Chris, did you see Paula's comment? It's just.
I don't even want to see what she says.
Paula said you should have cut a little more.
This is the Victor Zsasz. I don't know if it'll come in clear or not.
That's what he did so far.
That's good.
Will it come in?
Is that the reference or what he did?
This is it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh,
wow. There it is. Yeah, a little
bit. It was almost there.
That's crazy. That might be one of the best ones I think you have.
That's cool.
That one and Hugo are going to give each other a run for their money.
Wow.
Well, it looks better when it's in focus.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so I did get that one today, or I paid for it today. He did it this last weekend. He actually did it over 2 shows. So we got 2 actually. I say 2, but I think I have 3 coming. I've still got the Talon and Deathstroke. And then I was going to get this Batman. They had it up on the website. It was Batman with this cape billowing up. That they put on the website, and I waited too long, and somebody from our group actually bought it.
Yeah.
And I was going to buy that, and I told Jason, I said, I'm going to buy that. If he has time this weekend, add a Commissioner Gordon on there.
Oh.
Even if I don't put it up, I still just thought, I just want it just in case. That way I can change it up. That way I have Batman and Gordon together. You know, that's the team in my mind. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll do Gordon still. We'll see if he gets to it or not, but basically, for sure, I have 2 left, and then I should be done.
Who wants to do a poll? Do we want to do a calendar?
wood.
Like he said it this day, he's done. Who's
Yeah.
betting that it's going to be like at least 2 more?
Oh, well, it'll be way more than that. He said like 1 more like months ago.
Yeah, but
One more wall.
okay, but like
Well,
who?
he said months ago too. He said months ago, I got to take a break. Because of my budget, and that shit ain't taking a break.
It went from like 1, now it's like up to 3 again.
Yeah.
I think that this is turning into a little bit of an intervention. I understand. I hear you guys.
Ooh, you need to get Condiment King.
I was gonna say, like, that's the thing. Like, who would be left? The ones I really considered, like with this last batch, was like Black Mask, which I think would be difficult for him to do. I think it would just, I just don't know if it would just be like a Black Skull. It'd just be all black marker. I don't really know what he could do with it. But like, who else? Who else would you add?
Gray Ghost.
Firefly.
Oh, damn you! Gray Ghost would be good.
I like the Firefly idea.
Yeah.
It would depend. Like, I like the Arkham game Firefly, that look, but I hate the comic book look for Firefly. So I don't know if I would love that one or not. I thought about doing like you had mentioned Joe Chill. I thought that would be kind of a cool one.
Chill. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, he had like the hat and the gun pointing at the. So that one.
I mean, not for not. I thought Zaz was going to be a bad idea because I wasn't sure what he would do with it. That might be the best thing you have, that Zaz that he did for you.
I think my favorite is the Dr. Hugo Strange. Like, that's my favorite one. Like, he put so much love into that thing, and I told him that in New York. I love it. It's my favorite one to look at, and the Zaz I'm excited about too. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do him. I'm like,
that's the thing. I think if you did Joe Chill, he would do the same thing. If he would fit in the gun and a little bit more of the body.
Yeah.
So you would have like a little bit more than just the face of a character. I think it looks better like that.
Yeah, I think Deadshot was another possible option. So we'll see. Now we got Desiree. I think it's Desiree says, I love how much you guys appreciate artists, as I'm an artist myself, and also got a $2 super sticker as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, we're definitely all art fans here, whether it's a 3D art or art of comic book covers or art of, hand drawn, one of a kind art. Like, we love it here. So thank you very much for the super chat. So anyway, I don't really know who else I'm gonna get, but I mean, for sure down to 2. I really don't have any more room unless I.
You'll think of something, Chris. You'll think of something.
Yeah.
Take down that air conditioner.
I was gonna say, take down the air conditioner.
Think opposing walls. Heroes on one side, villains on the
Oh
other.
Lord.
There you go.
Would I
There you go,
ever
Dan.
would you think I should
There you go.
ever even consider getting rid of Man Bat, like the big Man Bat? I love that piece. You think I should?
To me.
Oh, to you. Yeah. So if I ever sell it, okay, to Dan. Yeah, to Dan.
Well,
Yeah.
you got that at MegaCon when we were at
Yep.
MegaCon, right?
Yeah.
When we were all at MegaCon, yeah.
I mean, I love it, but it's hard because it's like by itself, it's just it's kind of this standalone.
It's terrible. It's awful.
It's just it's so bad. And who's this Neil Adams guy I hear about? Like, who is that guy? I don't know. Let's go into our last topic before we look at photos real quick. And we don't have to spend a ton of time on this. But I said, what do you guys see as the biggest negative right now in collecting? Kind of like an end of the year 2024 state of collecting. There's obviously lots of pros and cons about the hobby right now, but like, what do you see as like kind of going into the end of this year? I see a lot of optimism going into 2025. I think there's going to be a lot of really good, especially DC stuff that we've kind of talked about privately. We haven't really talked about it publicly, but there's a lot of really great stuff coming. But I still feel like there's still this dredging along feel here toward the end of the year. But what do you guys see right now as the biggest negative, and what do you see as maybe something optimistic?
Resale value.
Yep.
The current economy versus the economy we're hoping to have.
Due to prices. It goes back to what Delaney was saying.
It's
we used to be able to, rotate our collection around and sell off pieces and bring in new pieces. You can't really do that these days. So it's like a catch-22. You can't sell anything. You can't, purchase anything unless you have unlimited space forever. So it's like, what do you do? And
then there's limited pieces to buy, because if we're not buying anything, the companies aren't going to keep making these things.
Yep,
and if they do make them, the ESs are going to be small. Like how do we end up with a couple of pieces that are almost grail status to find now, like Batman Triumphant, ES of 130, the Green Lantern, that's got like 200, because nobody was buying then. So they weren't going to make 500 to 600 of them. So they're scarce now. So if we're not buying because people are being more frugal, they're not going to make as much. So it all ties into something else where we can't sell, but we're not buying, and they're not making.
It's like a full circle, and they're not trying to bring in new customers. So we don't have new customers to sell.
They can't even sell to the customers.
We can't sell older pieces. We can't purchase newer pieces. It's like, it's going around in a circle to where we're at a standstill.
Well, I don't mind the low ESs because that helps resale. So rather than, hey, we printed, we made 2,000 of these things. So I don't mind the low ESs. I just mind the wait. It's like a year and a half, 2 years. I mean, the stuff we're geeking out about, like tonight with the photos and stuff, probably won't see for 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, that's the bullfrog noise cracks me up every time.
See, I'm used to it, but every time I look at Chris and he starts laughing, I start.
I'm sorry. That's so funny to me.
Luke.
Yeah. Really, what could turn all of it around is if we can get Delaney to have a bigger space to display his stuff, because then he could turn it all around and just buy a bunch of crap.
Just me, yeah.
Just Delaney.
Do you guys think that the poor resale value is an indication that new people are just not coming into the hobby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely a part of it.
Yeah. I think that the newer people, they might dabble, they might dip their toe, but remember when you first started, when you dipped your toe, we dipped our toes pretty big because we could afford it. When you're talking about I could buy a premium format for $300. I could probably afford 3 or 4 of those.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now you're like, okay, now it's $800, and the new collector's like, I might be able to get one of those. To dip their toe in.
If you've never seen one in person, you're like, I'm not going to pay $800 for that, because I said that about one that was like $300. I was like, until I saw it in person, I'm like, I'm not paying $300 for something like I saw in a picture.
Yeah. Cody just said, I just bought my first. So there are new collectors out there, or maybe collectors that have been around for a while, but are buying statues for the very first time. You hear that all the time with Hot Toys collectors, I've upgraded, I've sold my Hot Toys and went to statues. That's what I did when I first started. So I think that there are still some collectors. I talked on one of my videos the other day about how I really do feel like they are targeting the hardcore collectors, but as Billy just said, even some of the hardcore collectors are not buying right now either. Right. So obviously I would assume that a lot of the companies are starting to panic a bit, because collectors love small edition sizes, but guess who doesn't? The factories and the companies. And, if the edition size is too small, sometimes the factories won't take them. I've heard that from companies too. We're not going to take anything under an edition size of 150. Well, if you only sold 40, now you got to find a different factory. Now some some factories are very tight with certain companies, and I think they'll make whatever they want. But I have heard horror stories from other companies as well, kind of behind the scenes. So I think that is obviously an issue. It is a domino effect. What do you guys think about, like, I talked maybe yesterday about the tariffs. Like, do you guys think that that's going to be any issue, putting in kind of a hindrance for collectors? I don't know if I see that because there's not a lot of competition in the United States for that stuff. But what do you guys think about that? We haven't really talked about it.
It depends whether the tariffs are across the board or not. If they're targeted, like they have been in the past on automobiles and stuff like that, then no. But he's talked about blanket tariffs on everything from China. That's going to affect us if he says what he wants to do. If he does what he said he's going to do, then yeah, it's going to affect us.
Yeah. Which means people will be buying less.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is already happening.
Well, right. That's why I say it's domino. Like, it's just going to continue to fall. And that's the scary thing.
It's so domino. Like, no matter how big your collection is, no matter how much money you make, we pay for these things with disposable income. So if your necessities, like your food or your gas or your this or your that, are more money, you're going to have less disposable income. Sure. So like when we started, $300, $400, I could buy 4, 5, 6 pieces in a year. Now somebody coming in who just dropped $500 on groceries, are they going to go to Sideshow and drop $800 on a statue that doesn't do anything? It just sits there. It looks cool. Probably not. So just everything just ties into everything else. Like at the end of the day, we love these things, but they're not necessities.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's we've kind of talked about the negative. I think we all kind of agree that that's kind of where we're at right now. And that's kind of the biggest hindrance. What do you see that's optimistic going into the new year in terms of statue collecting?
The hardcore fans are finally going to get some statues that they've been wanting forever. And we're finally going to get the payoff. And that, I think 2025 and 2026 will be love letters to the hardcore fans who've been collecting for a very long time. So I think it's just going to finally pay off for us. And we're seeing it with Two-Face. So that was a good one. Tweeterhead, Man-Bat, Riddler finally. So I think the hardcore fans are finally going to get the pieces they've always wanted.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys?
I think that's right. But do you think that the companies have kind of maybe given up on some of the newer people coming in? So like, okay, well, the people that have been with us and that we know are asking for Riddler, they know we've been asking for a Riddler. They are in the groups. They see it.
10 years.
They hear us. They know.
Yeah, 10 years.
So, right. So now, hey, Man-Bat, if you're not a Batman fan, or let's say that he wasn't on the Bat Signal, he could be something from like Dracula or something. You wouldn't, if you weren't a hardcore fan, you wouldn't even know who he was. So I do think that, they're like, well, at least we have this little hardcore base that's still buying. So let's kind of give them more of what they want and go from there. I think the trickle down effect is that, us hardcore folk, we are going to get taken care of a little bit because we are getting a few things that we didn't think we were going to get and a few things that we've been asking for.
We're getting things we didn't even know we wanted. Sideshow's bringing out original lines that are really well done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, shoot, the horror line is good.
Yep.
The Mr. Sin line is good.
Yeah, that's what's going to be my statement. I mean, I think Sideshow is the most promising.
I agree.
They really rode the wave of COVID and kind of kept low and kept it smart to where you thought they were disappearing. And now it's like, boom, they're back. They're still keeping things interesting. Like Jeff said, all these new lines and even characters that we haven't received before, we're finally getting. And who knows, maybe, I feel like they are listening to customers. Maybe we will see them one day back at conventions. So I feel like there's definitely hope still with Sideshow. And I think as a business, they're probably the best there is right now.
Even Court of the Dead is back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, some of you guys know this, we said it privately. Some of you weren't on that show, so you might not know, but there's a lot of stuff in the works that's got me very excited. I just think that they are Sideshow and other companies are being very smart. with some of their decisions going forward. I think that they, again, have narrowed their focus, but they've also opened it up, not only creatively with their artists, but also just like JWR said, they're finally giving some fan service. And I think they're really going to go hardcore on that, from what I've heard and what I've seen. And so, especially as a DC fan, I'm very excited about that. I'm also very excited about there being some success in terms of like the Penguin show and maybe some things like that, where that might give some companies even more confidence to bring out some things. But I really think that Sideshow is definitely going to be a contender this year. I feel like Prime One's won the Batsies every year for favorite company. I think Sideshow definitely could take it this year. I think that they've really proven themselves this year, got stuff out quickly, and at a very decent price. So I tip my hat to Sideshow and some of these companies over here with what they're doing. And I can't talk about it here live yet. We do have some big giant announcements here on the channel. We're going to have one this month. So I'm very excited about that. So stay tuned. We're going to be filming that next week. But definitely some exciting things coming up. So that's my optimism, is that I think that, just again, knowing what I know, I think people are going to be really happy going into 2025.
And it comes down to the prices too. I mean, There's one thing. Listen, COVID hit us, and that's really what messed up everything everywhere, not just statues, but everything in the world. COVID just totally screwed things up. And sometimes it's not just the economy. It comes down to greed. The statue companies see they could sell something for more money, and they're not going to just lower the prices all of a sudden. But hopefully they do keep the prices affordable. Sideshow seems to be somewhat doing that. And I don't know. I forget where I was going with that, but that was it.
It's getting too late in the evening. Like, there with that thought.
Damn COVID.
It'll come back to me.
Yeah, damn COVID. That's right.
Still messing things up.
Anybody else want to add to that? Like, just optimism that you see?
It's still a big, really fun community of people.
Yeah.
There's still other companies putting out cool stuff too. That Transformers piece from Supercraft, and apparently their Batman is going to be revealed as more than a render in the very near future. So
great,
there's stuff coming.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positives. PCS.
When we were at New York, their booth wasn't that big, but it had a lot of cool stuff. The turtle stuff was awesome. I love that shredder. But for all of us statue geeks and the pure arts too, it kind of had a feeling like this is where, like, the Sideshow booth used to be, like, where you could walk around, do things, always come back to the Sideshow booth. Walk around, do stuff, come back to the Sideshow booth.
Yeah.
A lot of us were there where we were just hanging out, and we actually got to see statues and talk to Marcos or whoever else it was. Other collectors came through. It was almost like the place to be, And it was small, but it was nice to kind of have that back.
I remember
it was one of the busiest of the weekend. I mean, it was always packed with people.
Yeah, it was always in and out, people in and out of there.
Yep.
I remember where I was going with my final thought. It comes down to, like, when you're a business, you got to decide, quantity over the actual, price. Do you make less statues and charge more, or do you make more statues and charge less? So I think that's kind of like where it gets tricky. If they can come back to where they're increasing that edition size and making more statues at more affordable prices, that might bring back the collectors. As of right now, since the prices are so high, seems like people are just getting priced out. So it doesn't really matter what the edition size. It doesn't matter if the edition size is 100. If they're charging too much money, it's just people just don't care. They're not going to pay the price.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah. You could see it like zooming around your brain. Like back in
as soon as I said COVID, I was like, things went out the window. I got mad.
You lost your sense of smell there for about 30 seconds, and it all came back.
I get mad at everything in the world.
Anyway, like I said, I think it's going to be exciting with the things that we're going to be seeing here soon. And again, I am very shockingly that the BSC is a positive, optimistic person. But there has been a lot of, I'll admit, there's been a lot of negativity, a lot of just things that have been kind of shitty this last year in terms of pricing and things like that. Companies not communicating, or there's just been some stuff. But I do think that 2025 is a brand new start, and I think we're going to see a lot of really good stuff. So with that said, I think I'm going to call it good there. I also want to just give a shout out to Fatal. Fatal, enjoyed your video the other day. Good luck to you, and good luck on things that you're doing in your life and on your channel. Just wanted to give you a shout out. All right, you guys want to look at photos?
Desperately.
All right. Ooh, desperately. I like it.
Waited my whole life for this moment.
All right, I'm going to turn that off. All right, don't have a banner. That's a good sign. Okay. All right.
Look at all those empty lower shelves.
That's right. I know. Jealous?
Oh,
Very jealous.
Jealous? Huh?
Yes,
You could fit a lot of samurai pieces down there.
That's right.
Basement.
yes, Eric.
Imagine all the samurais that could fit down there. I could fit just about any LBS statue down there. I tell you. All right, can you guys see the screen okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously the next level event, some of us were on the show, some of us were busy that evening, but again, this is kind of the first time we've all been together, and we could talk a little bit about these. Obviously, we got the teaser for Riddler, 1/3 scale. This is part of that new, but what'd they call it? Like
Real elite.
Elite.
Yeah,
Super Masterline.
super duper quadruper elite, extra special, extra expensive head sculpts. But what do you guys think of the portraits so far? We haven't seen the whole thing yet, but we have seen some portraits.
Portrait
I
looks
loved
great.
it.
I like it.
I was looking at the Sideshow one, which I don't like the eyes on the Sideshow one, but then I saw this and I was like, oh, and it's in 1/3. I'll probably be going with this one.
All right. As a Riddler guy, it is exciting. The details look fantastic. It looks super realistic, but at the same time, I feel like it's too realistic. I don't know if it fits in with the rest of my comic book collection. Like, it almost reminds me of a movie piece where if I was collecting movie pieces, it would fit right in.
So you think it's too realistic?
Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like something you would get from like J&D. It looks like it has hand punched hair in his chin and around his cheek, like that. Like the beard looks real. Like it looks like a real person to me instead of like a comic book character.
So when we were watching the next level, first it was just me and Chris on the show, and they were showing the Cable piece, and it drilled into our heads at the same time. Hey, that's a DC piece, okay? And then it just started coming. We're like, oh, and then we saw this, and I think I was so excited about this, and I got to go with Eric. I think there's going to be at least 4 portraits from that first teaser that we saw, but it looks awesome. It looks phenomenal. But then, will this be, no pun intended, to next level, where it doesn't fit in with Tech 1000 and all the other comic book people? It may look too good. It does look like it came straight from a movie.
That's my issue. Don't get me wrong. It's incredible. It is definitely next level. It could be the future of where statues are going if that's polystone. Because
I'm getting it anyway.
As of right now, it looks like a silicone piece with hand punched hair. But I don't know if that's my style of collecting.
I think I don't think it's going to stand out too much from the other pieces. I think it'll fit in okay. Does anybody else agree with that, or do you think it's still going to be too stand out-ish in a negative way?
I think I need to see more.
Fit in perfect. So, yeah.
Yeah, I need to see more, I think, before I make that call, Chris.
I think that's fair. Because again, we just saw some renders.
Well, Chris, you have like a mixed collection, so you would be okay. But for somebody that just has like it's not even like I would say old school, but just, very simple comic book pieces. I don't know. This is, like I said, it's supposed to be next level, and it is next level. So I feel it's a little bit, I don't know if it would fit next to my other pieces. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking, I was looking at the mask, on the Riddler, and like, you can just see the
stitching,
like fabric. Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. This is there's the name of it, Real Elite Masterline.
Yeah, real. There you go.
They also, again, the big surprise obviously was they're doing a Mr. Freeze. There was some confusion about if it was going to be 4 scale because they made a comment. I did reach out to the creative director, and it is 3rd scale. And they said that all the Real Elite Masterlines will be 3rd scale.
Good.
And that's what we get. We get the Mr. Freeze portrait there.
So, Chris, what do you think the over-under is, tying this to the part of our conversation here a few minutes ago? What do you think the over-under is on price? Not shipping, just price.
For what?
For these two pieces, the Freeze and Riddler here.
The newer Elite.
Yep.
I'm nervous.
My over-under is $14.99.
Okay. I was actually going to go a little higher than that.
I was going to go 16, 16.50, 17.
Yep. So
I don't think it'd be 17.50. I think I was looking more like, I don't know, 15 something.
So
I don't know.
So these are basically $2,000 pieces.
Over
Yeah.
2,000.
That's what they've been. I mean, once you count in shipping, it's been
When
over
you're shipping. Yeah, with shipping.
Yeah, with shipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big difference from what Sideshow's doing.
Yeah, massive.
I'm actually more excited for the Sideshow Riddler, but I definitely want to see where this is going. I'm definitely interested still.
I am too. I'm interested.
I'm interested.
So actually today I took off the dome on the Arkham Mr. Freeze, and if you just look at the head, it looks pretty simple. I mean, this has a much better paint job, and I'm sure it will be better, but I don't know, just kind of looking at the Arkham one, I know it's not, comic book, but I don't know. I still think that this one holds up.
Well, it's a great piece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like the base with the rail and the snow coming off of it, and the ice shards could be painted better, yeah. But you know what it is, and it's just a massive. It's got the the freeze gun pointed out. This one's going to have to be really, really good for me to consider selling that and picking this up.
Well, based on the title alone, don't you think Nora's going to be involved in this piece?
100%.
Nora's on the Arkham one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that piece, by the way.
When I was originally talking kind of behind the scenes, he basically kind of alluded that they were going to do Freeze and quarter scale with a Nora. And I think that they've changed it to third scale. I think we're going to get that exact same thing. I think we're going to get something with Nora, which if it's a full size Nora, the price is going to be nuts.
That's a Diehl.
You think they would do a third scale Nora in a dome or something?
I don't know.
I mean, they've done
cool would it be if
they've done 1/3 Diehl's before. It could be a Diehl.
It's called Heart of Ice. I just can't.
I mean, that's ambitious to think that people can afford 2 1/3 pieces like that. I would have thought more of it being like a proximity or something. Just
but they've done that with dioramas. They've done Superman versus Doomsday. It's like
that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Superman versus Dark Knight Batman, like humongous
Joker versus they have done that.
Tabletop pieces. This could be a big piece.
It could be a big piece, but I mean, it's different trying to sell a 1/3 Diehl of Superman and Doomsday or Batman and Joker as opposed to Freeze and Nora. I mean, it'll appeal to us, but
it
would be PSV.
It would be stupid if they went that route because we've been waiting forever for a comic book Freeze or a comic book Riddler. So if they make this a Diehl, I'll definitely be disappointed.
Yeah.
Damn, what was that old print you had in Wayne Manor North? It was Freeze and Nora together.
Yeah, Sean Murphy's.
I got that too. Yeah.
Yep. It's a great
awesome.
artwork.
Because if you look at his face, he's staring at something and he's just sad. So
he looks he looks very calm. I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't look well. I'm sure there might be more portraits, but it definitely doesn't look like a dynamic piece. Looking at the portrait,
no, it's not going to be dynamic. So, I actually think that if I could see him like just standing there with his hand on the dome, just having his hand up, touching the glass, I think it could be a really powerful piece.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
All right, here's Jeff Delaney's new statue. Right here. They're not actually calling these Alex Ross, but they are calling them Justice.
Isn't that funny?
They must not have had the license to use his name, I guess.
I don't think any of these companies have called him Alex Ross.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll definitely be getting this Batman. I love it. Just fantastic. And I love that it's the plastic cape, which I think it looks plastic to me. I'm sure it'll be PVC. And then the fabric, I just love that you can change them out.
I've never liked that utility belt. It's just too damn big.
It's a big utility. Alex Ross does not draw small.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing on that left leg, but it looks weird. It's probably just a picture.
Yeah, I think it's just these are screenshots I had to take, I think, or something.
This is a quarter scale, right? These pieces.
Yeah, quarter scale.
Yeah, I'll probably be in for that Batman one as well.
Yeah.
So
This is the Wonder Woman.
I did a post on this in my Facebook group. That panty line is not happening.
No, there's no way in the world. No.
Oh wow.
And it's fabric.
Yeah, they're gonna. No, it's sculpted. It's sculpted.
Was it sculpted?
Yeah, there's
but they're gonna have to just move that over just a little bit. Yeah.
no doubt.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, whoa, DC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they all say not yet approved, pending approval.
Yeah. I think that's safe to say that that'll be changed.
Pending.
But I don't mind the face. I mean, it is maybe a little bit manly, maybe, but I still think she looks strong, determined.
Not manly, but she looks mad. Like
maybe that's it.
Now.
But I think she still looks great.
Yeah,
she's an Amazon for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Here's an example of what we're talking about with the logo going over onto the arms.
I don't know what they were thinking with that.
I don't either. Dumb.
So weird.
It's like they rolled out a cookie and just put it on top there.
Yep.
Very strange. Here's what Wonder Woman looks all together. Again, I think she looks fantastic.
I like it.
I like the.
I love the light, the LED light.
Yeah, I like the elegant base. Reminds me of a J&D simple museum style base.
Maybe Prime One's finally learning.
Yeah.
Smaller bases.
Things are selling for $4,000.
That's the picture that everyone says looks like Henry Cavill with long hair.
Yeah, I can kind of see it a little.
Yeah.
I think it's the butt chin.
That's fine.
Well, people are complaining about that too. I'm not sure you've heard this or not, but apparently this is based on a particular piece of artwork that has a shadow on her chin there.
Yeah.
And some people think that Prime One mistook that shadow for a cleft chin. So I don't know if they'll fix it or not, but
they might.
I mean, it looks better than what Alex Ross draws as Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I mean, it would soften her face a little bit, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
But look at that.
Yeah, that's like them all.
Again, thinking of it being on a turntable, that's so cool.
Yeah, Jeff, you could put it like that and just rotate them.
Coffee table, Jeff. Coffee table.
Yeah.
But you could put that on one of your shelves and have it on a Lazy Susan.
That would be cool.
I got a mechanized Lazy Susan right next to me right now.
There you go. You're already set.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt I'm getting these. It's just a matter of whether I'm also getting the LBS or not. Probably not possible, but I've kind of decided I'm going to get these.
Nice. New Henry Cavill Superman, since you just mentioned him. This was kind of a surprising piece. I feel like it's a little too late for this one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a little, I guess I'm being kind, but this is that new Real Elite sculpt. I think it looks decent. I think it's good. I don't know if it's a million times better than their last release, but I do think it looks good.
There's something.
The only thing I liked about this piece was the Batman skull cowl that he has in hand.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, right there.
It's different.
The light up.
So Dan, you thought it looked a little off?
I think is the hair and the top of the head, and it could be just a photograph. Like it just looks really long. Like it doesn't look like him. I don't know. For me, the rest of it looks okay.
Say the photo could be distorted a little bit, possibly.
Yeah,
I think the hair could definitely look better. I think it looks like noodles or something. Like it's, I don't know. It looks like Play-Doh to me.
Just looks weird to me. But
yeah, too thick.
Cavill's really hard to capture. I get it.
It is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there still a market for a black costume Superman?
Nope.
I can't imagine there ever was.
Nope, there sure isn't.
Yeah.
That's why I was shocked by this. Like, who's going to buy it other than Stuart Murphy?
I wonder if it's market specific.
Maybe it'll be a variant.
I wonder if for some reason in Asia, the black suit sells or some other part of the world.
It's very possible.
I wonder if Warner Brothers requires it. Like, yeah, you can do the red and blue one, but you got to do the black one as well.
Yeah, probably so.
Could be.
Yeah.
Stewart says they're going to do a red and blue. And
I was going to say, or they're just selling these, and then they're going to later release the red and blue once they sell these to everybody.
they've got to do a red and blue.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. But it's cool to see it all in real light here.
I mean, it looks pretty good. I like the pose and stuff.
That thing's huge.
This is the one we were talking about earlier. This is the Berserk Batman and the blood base holding it up. It's very, very well done. Is that supposed to be Bane on the base?
I think
That's
so.
what I'm thinking.
I think it's
so,
Bane.
too.
Probably. Yeah.
But it's a really cool statue. There's no question. I just don't know how many people are going to buy this one. I guess just traditional Batman fans. But I think maybe the Asian market might be the target audience on this one.
This is even a statue to me anymore. It's just too massive.
It's just crazy.
That's even, I don't know what that was even bigger though.
Yeah, this one's even crazier.
Yeah, two people put them together.
I mean,
It looks really cool though.
I think Jeff Morris is going to have to get a second table
Oh my god.
in his dining room for this thing.
Man.
It's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Look at the size
massive.
of that thing.
I wonder how many boxes that'll be. I bet at least 4.
Couple.
The Fallout announcement, that was got a lot of people kind of excited about that. That's been a real popular show. So we haven't actually seen what that's going to be. This was the Thor.
That's fun.
I liked this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
This one was
He's
fun.
just really cool in God of War games.
Is that what
Is
this is from?
It's from the God of War video games.
I got
I
it.
thought it was Fat Thor from the movies.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
This is the original Fat Thor. Marvel copied this one.
I like how the Monier is flying out of his hand. Like they use the lightning to kind of hold it up there, like it's flying, like flying toward him.
Pretty cool.
What do you want to bet that this bird falls off on its own, breaks?
Oh my god, that's the Talon.
Man. I'm getting one of those. I repurchased Talon.
You did?
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Eric.
I'm picking it up locally in a few weeks. It's supposedly never opened before, so we'll see what happens.
Where are you going to put it?
I'm selling Batsuit Joker. If anybody's interested in Batsuit Joker, he's available for $1,200. He's kind of sold. Charles, from Choice Fine Art wants him, but he's
There you go.
He's stalling on payment, so we have to.
Oh, Charles.
Oh.
Called him out. Again, these are just some pieces that we saw at the next level. There's a lot of cool stuff shown. I really liked the variety of that show.
Oh, so creepy.
That's fun.
Looks like Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
It really does.
Yeah, that was a waste of a character.
It really
You
was.
didn't like Cillian Murphy?
Oh, I do, but
No, the Scarecrow from that movie, they ruined him. I mean, there were cool scenes, but they could have done so much more.
They could have done so much more, yeah. New Street Fighter piece as well. This one got some attention. Again, the God of War.
that'll sell like crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this was another one of the improved portraits.
And that's gigantic. That's a 3rd scale piece. That's huge.
It's massive. A lot of great detail. So, yeah, the Prime One had a lot of these on display at their store. I was really hoping they would have Freeze or Riddler, but they don't have them out yet.
Oh, it looks so good.
That's
As I say,
cool.
this is a head on
Him
his
and
butt.
Thor together side by side is going to be a really great display. Congratulations to whoever gets these two.
Yeah, look at the dragon on the base, waterfall. It's cool. A lot going on. And then they have a proximity stand as well.
Nice.
Looks good.
That looks really good.
Looks good. Look at the skin texture.
Looks legit, especially with the paint, the
Yep.
red paint.
Yeah. I can't remember what this one was, but this was
Cyberpunk.
oh yeah, thank you. That was like a diorama you could put all together. 3 separate pieces. Had some really cool alien pieces as well on the show.
Looks like a heart.
I really liked this one, the dog alien.
Dog
The
alien.
dog alien, yeah.
That one was really neat.
That looks big too. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a massive. I said on the show that night, like I feel like it's very museum like. It just has that feel to it. But it's a big piece. 1/3 scale.
Like
Needs
that
to be
pose.
on put that on a pedestal. Be cool.
That is really freaking cool. That pose is awesome.
Yeah, I think this one is so cool.
That's cool.
That was I was more excited about that than a lot of the other ones they showed.
Ooh, yeah.
Nothing I would collect, but and the feral predator.
Great movie for anybody who hasn't seen this.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was
They
great.
had some in store photos of this one as well.
That's cool.
These are big pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Tree beard. This one was neat. And they said that this is not the final pose. Like this was just kind of a render they showed, but it's not the final, not the final pose for him.
Guys, quarter scale tree beard. It's going to be like 5 feet tall.
It's gonna be massive. But
It's going to be awesome. If I was a Lord of the Rings, big, huge Lord of the Rings fan, I'd be all over this.
yeah, me too.
It's
I like
really
it.
cool.
Yeah, it's Soren as well, and this is 3rd scale, so they're doing these in 3rd scale,
It's gonna be big too.
which gives you an idea right there of the size.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just
That's
massive.
so cool.
God.
I love
So,
it.
Yeah, my son. I showed this to my son, and he wants this one. He's a big Lord of the Rings fan. I was like, well, maybe for next Christmas. You know, so yeah.
That's awesome.
So great. And again, they had some photos of it in store.
That is just freaking cool.
Yeah, it looks great. Good look at the detail in the armor.
Talk about a rabbit hole, huh? Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So many characters they could go down.
And they're all cool.
Yeah, they're all great. They're all memorable.
Yep.
Yeah, look at the cape.
That's nice.
It's neat. And some other stuff there, anime, different pieces, video game stuff. This one was crazy.
Mm-hmm. The head's cool looking though.
Yeah.
Was this all from the showcase? I missed the show.
Yeah, all from the showcase.
Okay, cool.
These were all shown. This was another one of the upgraded portraits. This is a Dune in 1/3 scale.
Mhm.
They also teased Zendaya also.
Where's she?
They haven't showed her yet.
Oh, okay.
They just teased that they're going to do her.
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I missed that.
Yeah, me too.
Chris just made that up.
I'm pretty sure. I might. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a long day. I might have made it up. I don't know. I thought that they showed.
I
think
didn't
you
make that up.
Chris
showed
is
the
just
bad
making
guy.
an educated
Yeah,
wish.
Educated wish.
Did they
I guess
show
they
like
should,
maybe
right?
like a title for her? Maybe.
They teased the bald guy.
That white.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did tease
thing.
him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Austin Butler.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I think he dreamed it.
I might have just been drinking too much of the cough syrup or something.
That
Or,
could be.
Could be.
Vengeance. They said you might have spoiled some.
I don't know. I don't remember why I thought that, but maybe they showed her in a clip or something. I just assumed. But
I think we said they should, and that she would sell well.
maybe that's what it was. So just ignore everything I'm saying tonight.
Chris has a secret crush.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, well, yeah. They have released new photos of the Riddler from Sideshow that fixed the mask, where they painted all the way to the iris, so that way it makes it look like it's all one piece.
But I'm happy they did that, especially with the white eyes. But doesn't it make the mask just look like it's so massive now? Like,
That's
wouldn't
what I
it
was
just been
afraid of.
painting eyeballs been easier of a fix?
I didn't mind it the way it looked before.
Me either. I think they should just did a second portrait or something.
I just think he looks creepy. They're definitely going all in on kind of the grotesque line, doing these more grotesque looking Batman villains, which I'm all for. I think it's fantastic.
Yep, me too.
I'm
I
not a
hope,
Prime fan.
I hope the Prime One piece has at least one head sculpt that looks similar to this.
See, yeah, this is what I need. This in 1/3.
Yep.
I don't think we're gonna get it.
We're not going to get it.
Not
We're
what
not gonna
Prime
get
1 did. Prime 1's a little too realistic for me.
Yep.
The
I don't
only
think we're
thing
gonna
that
get it.
bothers me about the Riddler is his suit's too big.
Mm.
It hangs
Well,
too
you
far
are-
off the shoulders.
You are
it is
clothiers. You would
bunched
know.
up.
Legendary Beast, their Aquaman is up for pre-order right now. What do you guys think?
Man.
Don't
I
love
don't
this
like
portrait.
the portrait.
Well, you get 47 portraits. So
Exactly. Yeah.
47.
You'll like one of them.
the long
Yeah.
hair portrait is in beard. Long hair and beard is the way to go, I think, on this.
For sure.
Because that's from Justice League, the animated series. That's what it reminds me of more.
He's got the butt chin too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't care for this one, although this photo looks better. But again, I think it's really the photo of the long hair, which we'll get to. But the base is awesome. Yeah, killer base.
Love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Look at that. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
And Jay is just fantastic at this. There's the other. So you do get 3 heads, the king head, the uncrowned, and then the short hair.
I think it's going to look good in person.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how those pieces are. Like a lot of these, like until I saw like Billy's collection, I didn't really like LBS until I saw them in person.
I still have never seen one in person.
Me neither.
What ruined it for me was Art Statue Collector had Cap and Thor outside on top of this in this beautiful scenery, and they just looked so regal together. That's what suckered me into LBS, because those pictures were amazing.
Damn you, Art Statue Collector.
Damn that Art Statue Collector. I was doing good videos.
I tell you that guy.
It's terrible.
That's cool.
Yeah, just great detail. I like the paint choices.
Yep.
It looks good. I'm not a big Aquaman fan, but if you are, I think this is definitely something worth looking at.
Yep.
This is like the
That
first
right there.
1/3 comic version of Aquaman, right? Like I can't think of another one. Like
I
even in 1/4, there was a Sideshow premium format back in the day, which was a good statue, but it's obviously dated at this point. But I remember Eric had to go with the Momoa one for his New 52 line. Remember that?
Yeah. I think you might be right.
I think like the way you have the entire Marvel line pretty much, and they all look great together. I think this, along with all the other DC pieces, it's just going to be an incredible setup. So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. That portrait looks a little bit like the bearded Thor. One.
Yeah, I can see that. I like it. I like that hand too.
Yeah,
it's neat. That swap out.
See, I like that one the best.
The blue hand, the water hand.
No, the picture before, like this whole setup, it reminds me of the animated Justice League show growing up, and I like this Aquaman the best.
Looks good. Yeah, close up of the base there.
Just reading Lewis's comment.
What did he say?
His wife doesn't like that hand. the hook hand.
Oh, the hook hand. Love the octopus. That's cool.
Yeah, that is.
They also had the Flash on display as well. This one's got really cool texturing to it.
It's pretty smart. It's museum, but he's like kind of moving a little bit. I think it's nice.
I like the pose. I like the pose.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of different poses. I think I only have photos of the one though. But I thought this one looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't use any of the put any lightning bolts on them and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Like
is that Gorilla Grodd?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure. It's a lot of hair.
I like the time.
Yeah, the base is cool.
Base. That's cool.
That's cool. You know what was weird? I just reminded me of this. So like, there's like a gold version and there's a yellow version.
Mm-hmm.
The gold threw me off a little bit on the boots. It's like very it's almost like antique gold on his boots, which I thought was like a weird choice.
And one's there's 2 different versions of red.
It's like a maroon.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, great storytelling base there.
Is he too jacked up for Flash?
In the cartoons, he's very jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's even
Pretty,
bigger than
he's
that.
pretty jacked.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got big buys right there. Yeah, his biceps.
I mean,
he's pretty jacked.
Bodybuilder Flash. I don't know.
Yeah,
those buys might be a little too big. Yeah.
They can maybe slim him down a little bit. That suit is really tight.
Yeah. Now that you said that, those biceps are huge.
Yeah, it's huge. He's huge all over. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. That's a good point.
I mean, this is Barry Allen Flash, right?
Depends on which portrait you put on him.
Oh, gotcha.
Like usually your biceps not supposed to be bigger than your tricep, and his biceps look bigger than the tricep.
Exactly. The anatomy. Yep.
But it's Jay. Jay's known for fixing things. So.
Yep.
No, not the Barry. Not the Barry.
He's way more muscly than my Barry.
That's what we said. He's like way too jacked. We think he's too jacked.
That guy definitely doesn't look like he can sing any Broadway songs.
No, no Broadway songs. No,
So not my Barry.
not the Barry,
Not my
not the Barry. Oh, that's funny. There's a good look at the portrait.
Is Mrs. BSC's Barry Grant Gustin?
Oh yeah.
So does she know that the cast of Flash is going to be at MegaCon?
Really?
I don't think so.
Yep, the whole cast.
Whole cast.
Wow, I
Yes,
didn't see that.
great.
I saw the what's his face, Commissioner Gordon and his wife
Marina Bakarin, man.
Yeah, from Gothamer. Hopefully they don't cancel every time
They cancel every show they're at. Every show they're at, they cancel.
I hope they don't.
Here's Jeff Delaney's legendary beast, Wonder Woman.
That's the George Perez portrait.
Yep, that's the newer portrait that we hadn't seen yet.
Yep.
So
Doodles.
I think that looks good.
Yep. Especially from that angle. That looks really good from that angle.
A lot of different poses for this one. A lot of different swap outs.
I like that portrait.
That looks good too.
Yeah, so that portrait looks good. I like the lasso look as well.
I do too.
For holding the lasso.
Great base on it too.
I kind of like that angle.
Mm-hmm. I
A
like
little
this.
softer face than the Prime 1.
Yep.
I wonder if DC dictates how busty Wonder Woman can be. Because she looks quite a bit more
top heavy.
A little more top heavy than the way one.
Yeah, I think,
They didn't mention the panties, so
couldn't take my eye off the
I
panties.
was gonna say, it looks a little tighter on that side, so might be okay. But yeah, this one looks great. And then of course they had the armor version as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the swap outs are what makes this one great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, I think one of the torsos does not have the choker.
only that. I think after looking at these, I don't know. I think again it'll look cool like in the rest of the lineup. I think I'm liking the Prime 1 a little bit better on at least Wonder Woman.
I do.
Yeah.
So the thing about the Prime 1, and I'm talking about the whole Trinity, is that it's like Prime 1 read my mind or something, because for the longest time with statues, you had to choose between comic-based or movie-based. And if you wanted your statues to be as realistic as possible, you had to go movie-based.
Yeah.
Well, now you don't. Now they're making comic-based statues that look like humans.
Right.
And that, to me, that really clicks with me.
Yep.
Time.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
This one had a little bit of controversy. Great piece. I think the price kind of shocked some people.
That was crazy.
I still feel like they should have included some sort of dome.
Yes. It's cool, but without like a dome around it, it just looks weird to me.
Yeah, where did that price come from? What was it, like 1,100?
I think 1050.
Close. Like, where does that come from?
That's a great question.
Who's this, Canali? Are they paying Canali more money these days? Maybe.
I think that because of people like us who started posting on Facebook comparisons between the price for this piece compared to the price of other Sideshow pieces that are 1050, I think that's why the Batman versus Joker sold or waitlisted. Or
it's end of the year. They're trying to recoup some money for tax season or something.
Maybe, but people looked at this and said, I can get one for 1050 or I can get Batman and Joker for the exact same price, and it waitlisted.
So it's like a pivot.
Pretty crazy.
Fastball special, 2 characters, 1050.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a beautiful statue, but there's definitely came with some negativity. That's for sure.
Could be a licensing thing too.
It could be, but I think it looks great. I love the concept.
It looks really good. Although it seems like he's tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
I am I want things to be vertical. and it really bugs me when they're not.
I think it's smart they showed it tilted before it ended up in people's collection, and they're like, "Oh wait, mine's crooked." You know.
Yeah, I have the same problem with Succubus. She is tilted.
Well, he's floating, so.
This one you referred to earlier, Art Statue Collector. If you want to see this one, you can check out his channel.
I think Matt, didn't you say you were picking this up? I'm serious. Matt, didn't you make a post saying is he still here?
He dropped.
Oh, yeah, Matt. I think Matt said he pre-ordered this.
I think that he did.
Yeah.
He dropped. He just messaged me. He's trying to come back in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Can you add him back in?
Pre-ordered.
On your end, Dan, can you add him back in?
I am not, for some reason, Chris, in as an admin right now. I don't know why.
All right, hold on.
I do not know.
All right, there he is.
Okay. Yep. I PO'd this. They actually gave me a early access code, so I used the early access code and got it Thursday, the day before. So yeah.
Oh.
And they're making 100, right?
They're only making 100, so that's why I was like, I jumped on it type thing.
Is this your first Transformers piece, or do you have other Transformers?
I have one of our older ones. He's really into the Transformers, so basically I got this for him.
Okay.
It'll be for like a Christmas present or something, down the road, maybe next year or something like that. But two of our kids are into the Transformers, so I was like, hey, this is like the ultimate piece, type thing like that. So yeah.
Well, it sure is awesome. And again, that's a picture of Art Statue Collector right there.
Yep. I mean, the level of customization you could choose from, it could have easily gone up to like $5,000 if you choose all the customizations.
Matt, did you see the PCS piece that they had at their booth?
I saw that one, but I like this one better.
That
This
one
kind of, bridges the gap between Gen 1 and kind of the past and the future to me. So yeah.
I think
I
that
just really
PCS you had to like hang it on the wall, right?
Yeah,
Or
you had
stand
to
up,
hang
right?
it on the wall. Yeah.
You have to hang it, right? Yeah, it's weird.
It's really neat.
I even see
So
the
congratulations.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this piece in.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got some in-hand photos of Batman that looks a little bit better to me. Ours are on the way somewhere. I haven't had an updated shipping yet, but hopefully in the next few weeks or so, it'll be arriving. Keaton portrait.
I don't know if I've seen these photos, but from other photos I've seen, I think he turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I think it looks all right. I'm anxious to see it in hand. I think I would probably have it caped down like that versus this look, but
Yeah, I don't like
cape
that
down
look.
looks a lot
That
better.
looks that look right there just looks a little too stale, I guess.
But I mean, to be fair, that's what he looked like. In a lot of the promos, just so stiff, and the suit was so basic. If you really look at it, it was basically just glued to a wetsuit.
big rubber wetsuit.
Yeah, that's why I like the return suit so much more.
Yeah.
New piece from Hot Toys. This one got some interest. This is The Dark Knight Returns. This was a fun piece. This kind of came out of the blue. I thought it was well done. What do you guys think?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
I thought everybody fell asleep there for a second.
I'm still looking at it like.
Anytime I see the
I
Dark
know.
Knight Batman flying through the air, it's like, what's going on? He's too big and fat to be not fat, but he's too heavy to be flying through the air like that.
He's thick.
Yeah.
He's
That first
thick.
picture with him jumping through the air, I was like, wait, hold on.
That's not a good picture right there.
The teeth on that one look really weird.
The whole, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that portrait.
Yeah, that one right there.
No, that's not good.
That one I kind of like.
Elbow looks screwed up on that one. Whatever that joint is doesn't look right.
The rifle looks good.
The rifle looks
That's probably the best picture.
Yeah, I'd
right
say
there.
the scope looks all right.
Scope looks.
that looks pretty good there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the best picture that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
And listen, that's just I like my Batman a little bit more leaner You know, it makes it more like believable. Like a lot of people like Ben Affleck's Batman, which I liked him too, but I feel like he's just too big to be doing those type of maneuvers. And I don't know.
He couldn't move in that suit. And then even worse was the suit that he wore in the Flash.
Oh, that was a god awful
brutal.
The one, yeah. That
When you're 300 pounds, you're not flying through the air like an acrobat like that.
No.
It's a little disbelief.
I like
But
that
anyway.
pose.
Yeah, that pose is cool.
It's
All right,
like his
guys, I
mouth is
gotta
too
get out of
high in
here.
space.
What?
I got to get out of here, guys. Y'all have
Okay.
a great night. Though.
All right.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah,
Have a good night.
All
Hey, man.
Also, some in hand of the new Joker as well started surfacing. These are from like blogger photos, so he has obviously started to ship. Looks good to me.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
That looks good. Yeah.
This was the rooted hair one. This was the more expensive one. The rooted hair there.
Too much of it, but yeah.
Yep.
Face looks good. Portrait's good. Though.
Yeah, portrait looks good. Kind of sticking out his tongue.
Mhm.
In-hand photos of this one. This is part of that. What do they call it? Not Mr.
Sinister or something? No.
That's
I
the-
can't think. Second
Mr.
one, not Mr. Sin, but the second one.
Oh, that was it. Not,
The depth, or
drowned or depth? Yeah, something like that.
I can't remember. Something like that.
Deep down or something.
That sounds more like it. Something.
I'm not sure.
We can make all sorts of under the water jokes if we want to right now, like deep down, deep down.
Down under.
This is a cool art print that Sideshow's bringing out to go with their statue. Really limited edition on this on the statue, by the way.
I like the art direction better in this. I like that he's not wearing the bright orange vest. I like the expression on her face better for that second portrait that he came out with.
I think if they had, I agree. I think if they had stuck with that, or even add the car to it as well, could have been a really fun diorama. But I think this look, I think, would have resonated with people way better.
Well, what
I don't know, but everybody seems to like the other portrait. I just don't like the other portrait.
I
what
agree
I
with you, Eric.
This
This
is
would have
looking at
sold way
other-
better.
Yeah, they're looking at each other. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's what is missing on the Dio is that
Yeah.
they're not looking at each other.
I agree.
If the statue looked like this, I'd buy it.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah, I came this close to pulling the trigger on this artwork the other day. I don't have a place to put it, so I didn't. But
I like it.
cool piece of art.
Nope, had that one out of order. Sorry, guys. Now we're back to the deep down.
We're going way deep.
Yeah.
Hope Vixens.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you.
Oh.
Bolt Vixens. Anyway, I think she turned out nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Some new stuff from Iron Studios this last week. Had a new Michael Myers diorama, which was fun.
That's cool.
This is a
I
10
like
scale.
that.
That's cool. Although it's tiny.
Yeah, it's very tiny. I mean, there you go, right there. But, it's still cool.
It's just little.
It's
Yeah,
little.
I have space.
Oh
for
my-
that.
It's oh no, this one's awesome. Even though
This
it's
one's cool. This is the 10 scale that they've shrunk down, or the third scale they shrunk down to 10 scale, rather. But you can get the wings also out as well. So I thought that was really cool. They had a new Ahsoka in 10th scale.
that's not a very pretty face for Ahsoka.
Yeah, it's pretty small, to be fair. Probably the size of a pin.
Yeah.
She's not very big anyway. Thought that portrait looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, very tiny. Had a new Phoenix.
She's straight.
Yes, if she's leaning at all.
That was the issue with the sideshow.
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Had a
Craven.
Craven, right? Craven.
That's
Yep.
cool. I like that.
I thought this one was kind of fun.
You think that movie's going to be good?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I feel like it
None
is.
of the Sony Marvel movies have been good.
It's pretty violent. I saw a Red Band trailer for it the other day, and it's kind
Yeah.
of bloody.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it looked interesting.
I like the size of this though. It's got a little bit more substance to it.
The tiger looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks good.
We really didn't talk when we were talking about all of our conundrum with Jeff's collection. We didn't really talk about the Iron Studios pieces.
1/10.
This is 1/4.
Oh, all right.
Remember, they're doing all these in 1/4. Jeff, you had a chance to see them in person, at least Batman and Superman.
Yeah, they're a little too. The sculpts are a little too simple. No texture at all, and
yeah, no texture.
the pose on the Batman's really good. The Batman's probably the best of the bunch.
I agree. I do like this Wonder Woman though. I think she looks really nice.
She looks pretty good. I mean, those thighs look really huge compared to her upper body. And someone said that her portrait looks like a 1950s housewife, and I kind of get that a little bit. I don't know. I don't get as excited about this one as I do about the LBS or the Prime one.
Yeah, I mean there is texture if you like to look at her skin and stuff, but the costumes themselves are very smooth.
Yeah, I meant the costumes.
You can see some vein work and some pores on the skin.
Yeah, so I mean there is texture there. New Skeletor also in the 10 scale. Thought this one was fun. Kind of a weird paint job on him.
Yeah, that skull's completely wrong.
Yeah, I don't really know what they were. There must be some alternate version of him or something, but
was this like their play on the disco version?
I don't know. So I don't know. This one I really thought was great.
Isn't that
great Disney one, Radiator Springs.
What was the price on this one?
It was kind of high, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was higher.
And there's a simple one, and then there's the big base one.
Yeah, there's like huge. Yeah, it's a good size piece. Then I think that they had one with just Lightning McQueen that kind of by itself on a regular kind of boring base.
Gotta get Mater.
This is the Jeff Delaney 1/3 scale doll.
You know what? I don't really get this line.
I was about to say she looks real, but yeah, now I remember where I got the photo from.
Yeah, I mean the crazy thing is, like, yeah, she looks. I mean, it's beautiful. It's I just don't know who's collecting a 1/3 doll.
So yeah, this was the original. So I saw this on Facebook, and I was like, at first I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody photoshopped this. I was like, that looks like a real person.
Yep.
So that's why I chose Jeff randomly because we always joke around back and forth. But I was like, it looks like they're holding a real person. So I was like, let me do the same thing.
Delaney. It's so funny.
What else would you call it?
I mean, she looks too like, I don't know, it's too realistic. Maybe because she wasn't on the base at the time. I don't know, it just looked weird to me.
But the thing is, it's their own line. So this is not a known character. I don't know. Who wants this?
They're beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful character. The detail, like you said, it looks like a real person, looks like a photograph of somebody like that. That's very impressive. I just don't know. Again, there's this blurred line right now sometimes with these figures that are posable, that are statues, but they're not really statues because they're kind of figures. It's just kind of this weird gray area right now.
Yet they're $1,000.
That comes back to my Prime 1 dilemma. And even like say like J&D pieces with silicone. Like, at what point do you stop collecting when it gets too realistic?
Well, I like it too realistic, but I want it on characters that I already know.
Like I can't see myself ever owning like something like silicone or like, something too realistic.
This needs to be my screensaver. I'm having way too much fun.
that was the purpose behind that photo. I felt like it looked too realistic. That was the whatever you want to call it.
So funny.
The message of the day.
It was. I made my week. So thank you very much. Purge Trooper Commander, another their millionth Stormtrooper that Hot Toys has done, but they always do a nice job with these.
Mm-hmm.
This one's cool. I like the paint, kind of that speckled dirt look. Cool look.
Yeah.
For a Hot Toys collector. Couple cool weapons too. Purple's neat. This is the Dark Side on Throne. This is that quarter scale from Prime 1. It has started to ship. I would assume just overseas right now. I did go ahead and include it for the Batsies. But I thought this one's turned out nice.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a big piece.
Interesting paint with the The first picture you showed.
Yeah, I don't think it's the greatest
I don't remember
lighting,
that.
Yeah,
but I think it
okay.
has kind of a metallic paint look to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of like what they did with the Catwoman. We had kind of that salmon blue, which looks phenomenal the way they did it. But I kind of think they have said that they're really trying some really unique paint techniques. They're really proud of what they've been doing. So
The throne kind of looks like Egyptian or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think his photo's really overblown a little bit too. So I don't know. I'm anxious to see some more photos. And here you get a little bit better idea of the paint.
You get plenty of options.
Yeah. This was another new one they had for the D23 in Brazil this last weekend. This was a Star Wars exclusive based on that original cover art.
That's cool.
Yeah, the Ralph McQuarrie
Yep.
cover art.
That looks cool.
Yeah, I like it.
That would be great with the poster behind it.
It really would.
Yeah.
I seen a custom like that in quarter scale. That's nice.
That's
So I think this one will be popular. I threw a couple of these. This is from Beast Kingdom. I don't think this turned out all that great from them. I was kind of disappointed. I just feel like it looks pretty cheap.
Looks like Mr. Potato Head.
It's like this, like the portrait. Like I don't know. I just feel like they could have done so much better on it.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those knockoff wrestling toys. Like they try to do John Cena, but they don't have the license to do John Cena.
Yeah. I don't know. It just looks incredibly cheap. I'm just surprised because I like some of the other stuff they've done.
Mm-hmm.
There was a NECA one in 1/4 that was really good.
Yeah, the NECA one was fantastic. I almost bought it.
Yeah.
Whenever I got the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Yeah.
This is the Bat Missile. This is another new piece from Hot Toys. Thought that was kind of neat.
It's cool.
First time they've done it.
Not cheap, but it's good.
Yeah, not cheap. They also teased an Arcane for the League of Legends. This is I feel like I see this character in cosplay at conventions more than anybody else. A lot of people cosplay as her. Some more photos. I think this is turning out really great. I think that this is the J&D Superman. We talked about it at the last show. But I think it turned out really nice, actually.
Have you seen the people on Facebook that are comparing the portrait on this to some of the other J&D pieces and how it looks kind of small in comparison?
I haven't.
Like the Christian Bale, for example. It just looks smaller than some of the other.
They feel like the portrait's too small?
Yeah. Some people think that even the Superman portrait is smaller than the Clark Kent portrait.
Yeah, I see that.
I do think the likeness is there.
It's pretty good. I'm still going to hold out for a Blitzway, but it's pretty good.
I like this one.
Wasn't Darkseid doing a 1/3?
Yeah, well, they're trying. They're just what I always hear from Darkseid is they send these renders to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers just doesn't get back to them.
Mm-hmm.
So they just feel like their bigger companies are getting, the priority. Unfortunately, is not with Darkseid at the moment.
A new piece from DC Direct and McFarlane. But this one was kind of cool. I like the paint. This is based on the artwork of Jock.
This looks like a Daredevil.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit like that pose.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
What's that?
This is the Queen Studios Joker, I believe.
Wow.
This was a photo, and I at first I thought, okay, is this custom? And so then I started looking at photos of the Queen Studios, and I'm like 98% sure this is the Queen Studios portrait, which I think looks fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting this one.
Yeah, I think this one. I think once people see a little bit more of this one, I think people will be on board.
And I think I read a post on Facebook from Todd saying people are going to be happy with the price on this one.
Yeah,
good.
that's
Good.
Interesting.
That's good. I like it. PCS teased a character. I don't know who this is. People were guessing. I don't know if anybody guessed correctly or not, but they did tease this.
Chun-Li.
Who?
Chun-Li.
Oh, Street Fighter.
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Chun.
This got JWR excited. They got a Professor Pig coming
Yes.
from the
I
Funko
have
Pop.
already I have it on it's going to notify me as soon as this is available to buy.
So what was the story behind this? You have to buy like the NFT thingy, whatever it's called.
A what?
Was that these?
Yeah, it says.
I sent this in the group.
Yeah, I think it was these.
Yeah, it was these because I've never seen another Professor Pig pop like that before. Yeah, it was these. That you had to buy like that. What do you call it? What is it called, Jeff? You're the one that was explaining it to me.
Was it NFT?
Yeah, NFT. I said NFC. So it's like an NFT, and then he's like, then you have the chance to purchase it or something. I couldn't even figure it out.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought these were just on sale like regular Funkos.
They're announced as like digital Funkos.
Right.
But they're not going to be like, you can't buy them 3D.
I don't know.
In real life.
Seems like vengeance.
Looks like that's what it is.
Oh,
I guess we'll find out.
no, it wasn't these actually. It was a different
It looks like
line.
those.
Oh no, there is Professor Pig.
It says
No, it is
Pop
that.
Digital on here.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it was the movie Riddler, the pig. Yeah, it's those.
So I
It says
googled.
NFT release.
So it says a new Batman digital pop series is coming. So I looked up what is a digital pop, and it says a digital pop is a non-fungible token that can be redeemed for a physical Funko Pop vinyl figure.
So you have
Okay.
to like purchase it digitally and then.
That's a lot of hoops for a pop.
Yeah, it seems awfully
Yeah,
strange.
I'm not jumping through that many hoops for.
Yeah, that's a process right there.
Interesting.
I was excited about this.
Let me
Well,
know
maybe
how
we'll-
it goes if you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let somebody else do all the work and you pick it up on eBay.
That's right. I was gonna
That's
say,
a great idea,
wait till-
Billy.
Yeah, wait till it comes out.
So there's the Iron Man.
There it is. Yep. Quality control right now.
Yeah.
It looks
like that.
controlled.
I like that looking up portrait on the bottom right.
Yeah, I do too. So at least it's coming. At least that's confirmation, guys. It's on its way.
Hmm.
There's a great photo from JWR's collection. Again, congratulations on your Batman and Joker now.
Thank you. They look phenomenal.
Turned out great.
Awesome.
Oh, that's the they must have that one out of order, but that's the Iron Studios
Mhm.
portrait.
I like that portrait.
I do too. I think it's definitely the softest of all of them.
Yeah.
Beautiful portrait, I think. And that is the end
Good timing.
of photos. Yep. Anything stand out? Obviously, again, we talked a lot about the Blitzway pieces, but
I have something. Today is my 1 year anniversary of Batshit Crazy.
oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for being the continued member and an integral part of what we do here. So thank you very much, my friend.
Finally got the yellow and black bat. I was very excited about that
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you again. Anything else going on, guys? Anything else?
Frankenstein's monster charges on Friday.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Very excited about
We've also seen Batgirl out of the box and Batman and Joker out of the box.
Mhm.
So I would assume, how long ago was the Frankenstein out of the box?
They've done so many out of the boxes that haven't shipped. I mean, Dazzler, Wolverine, Berserker. There's a bunch of them that they've done that haven't shipped yet.
I just got
Which is weird because that was always the telltale. Like as soon as we had that video, you knew it was going to ship that week usually.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get it before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah,
got an email notification that Batgirl, final true up on the charging it moved to December 15th, and I believe it was November 15th. Sorry.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh wow.
So Batman versus Joker, it's supposed to be October through January, but the site's updated to November to January, and I'm like, please just go ahead and ship this.
And they just did the out of box for that the other day.
Yep.
Lots of pieces.
Yeah,
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of pieces.
I'm excited, hopefully, to pick up Talon. Hopefully, maybe next week. Excited to watch the season finale of Penguin because I have
Me
not
too.
watched that yet, and I am excited to watch the Tyson fight this Friday.
Yeah.
That-
What's on the
that'll
menu,
be-
bro?
That'll be fun.
I'm
Party
very
up my
excited about that.
Huh? What's on the menu, man?
Just come over and we'll make a party.
I mean, I don't listen. I get loud on fight night. I don't want to keep anybody up.
Get some pizzas.
So who's
Everybody
going
else
to
watching
win?
the fight?
Who's going to win that?
Tyson.
If it's not fixed and there's, always a chance that in some way, or it can be.
Mhm.
If it's not fixed, if Mike hits you on the jaw,
He's dead.
you're probably gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, you're going to
If,
sleep.
if it drags out and we get to the later rounds, he's still 56, 57 years old. This guy has been boxing. He's about almost 28 years younger than him. If it comes down to that, I think stamina is going to become an issue, and he might just, I don't think he goes down, but it could be something where it gets stopped from just him taking too many shots. What
I'm worried they're going to make it a show. Like, they're going to drag it out a little.
It is a show, and I remember a couple of years ago when he came back and he fought Roy Jones Jr. By the way, huge boxing fan I am, huge Tyson fan. But they were both old, so they both looked slow and lethargic and everything. And it was
they couldn't hit in the face.
It was an entertaining fight, but this
out, Dan?
I have, I'm going to let my dogs. They've been holding it since the rockets went off. So
scared to pee right out of them there. Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
Wait, is Indy in the room, Dan?
What's that?
Is Indy in the room?
Indy is the one I'm talking. Yeah, he's right on the other side.
Which one is the one that dips into the bathroom?
What's that?
When the Rockets go, which one dips into the bathroom? All right.
Yeah, now he's in the closet right now. He's literally in the closet where I'm.
Well, it was nice to have you back, my friend.
Yeah, likewise. You guys have a good night. Everybody in the chat.
See you soon, buddy.
You too.
See you next time.
See ya.
Yeah, so they're giving us this fight on Netflix for, there's no extra charge for it, but
it's not. Oh, wait a minute. So if you have Netflix, you get to watch it?
Yeah.
When is it? Saturday?
Friday.
Okay. I have Netflix. I didn't even. I thought I had to pay for it. I'm like, I don't want to pay for it.
There's an undercard that starts at 8, and then Tyson and Jake probably go on about 11ish or something.
It's Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay. Just real quick, I want to remind everybody that I don't know who we just lost.
Eric.
Eric. Eric is like, I'm out. Fine. Whatever, Eric. I just want to remind everybody again to please vote. Use the pin post to vote for the Batsies. If you are entered, here he's
back.
Now, darn it, Eric came back. Darn it.
The hell just happened?
I don't know. You just went bye-bye. We thought maybe you're like Eric's out.
Oh, I thought everybody froze. I thought everybody froze except me. Dan was like, "I'm out," and then the whole show just frozen. I was like, "Oh."
No, we just kept talking. We actually were talking about you, so hopefully you don't mind. We were talking about how it's free. Like Netflix is free.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that. So it's on Netflix, but it's free for Netflix members.
Yeah. I didn't realize that either. So free.
You just get it.
So that'll be well watched then if it's free like that.
Yeah,
you still pay for it.
I'm interested to see what kind of gate they're gonna have. It's at AT&T Stadium, so I don't see them selling that out.
There's no way.
Right. So maybe the lower bowl or something. I think that's why they put it on a Friday night.
It's a weird place to put it.
Yeah.
Like a weird venue, I think. I hate too big of places when they don't fill it, and it just makes it like I would rather just be a packed, smaller venue or something like that would be a better atmosphere. I think.
Looks like an AEW show.
I was gonna say just like wrestling, like it's you gotta have it look right. Anyway, what I was saying is please vote for the Batsies. If you enter, you're going to be entered into the contest, the giveaways. Again, Billy said Matt said he was going to do a giveaway. Obviously, we'll have some statue giveaways like last year. And so, looking forward to that. Please vote. And again, thanks everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. We should hopefully have, Batman 89 coming my way at some point. Enjoy the fight this weekend. Enjoy watching the Penguin episode, guys, if you haven't watched it. And of course, it'll either air tomorrow or Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. We'll have the Penguin, our review of the Penguin show, and just our overall thoughts on the season. That was a lot of fun talking to the guys last night. And hopefully I won't have to live stream tomorrow night. I'm just take a break. So hopefully everybody has a wonderful evening. Thanks again for joining us. Anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Go vote.
Go vote. Go vote for your favorites. That's right. This is what we love. This is our passion. Go vote for what you love and be well represented. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon in the Batcave and everywhere else, Sanctuary, different places. All things. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Later.